Hey Leo, welcome back. Will we now be having a look to see when this person will come back, when and if you'll get the connection back to what it once was, and any time frames to do with that happening. So let's have a look and see. Let's have a look and see what's coming up around that, Leo. Okay, I do feel like you will get it back to what it once was, and potentially even better. You've got some fantastic cards that have come up upright, Leo. Four of Wands, Ten of Cups. This is the happily ever after card. But I feel like you might need to lose each other for now to come back to each other. The Empress, to me, she's a very Venus energy, so this can be the time of Libra or Taurus. It could be when you reconcile and you get back this connection. You've got the marriage card, or a card of strong unions here. So this is coming back to a positive relationship again with this person. So I feel like that's a very good sign. I think that's a very positive sign in the right direction. Especially this like reunion, this Ten of Cups reunion here. So if it was like troubles with the family or friends or even acceptance, anything to do with that, if that's why they've pulled away, then it could indicate their family coming around, or your family sort of coming around and eventually gaining approvals and blessings. For some of you, that may be heightened, Leo. So that's coming up around you. I feel like eventually you can work through these issues. But I feel looking at the Five of Cups, you need to I feel like you need to lose each other to bring each other back to one another. I feel that's very fitting for what's happening with your connection with this person. I think it needs to happen right now, because if it doesn't, then it could lead to a bit of a struggle here. But look, Five of Cups, I don't know if there is anything to do with deception here, or something that sort of unfolded not the way you would have liked it to. That potentially unfolded in a very complicated way. Or it could be, Leo, that when they come back, you may have someone else around you. Three Cups. I mean, I often associate these Two of Cups as second chances, or like a twin flame soulmate union that you don't see. So for a lot of you, it could be a validation that if this person is pulling away, they may in fact be your soulmate / twin flame. If they're coming up with this sort of energy. But the Seven of Pentacles is the Empress reversed. The Empress is growth, but she's coming up as reversed. She represents, growth and things materializing and going on into the next stage of relationships and fertility. So, but that is coming up reversed, which makes me think someone, you or them, haven't learnt a valuable lesson, or don't understand the principle of why this distancing is happening now. Or there's an inability to move forward after something has been done here. So whatever this sadness is, Leo, whether it's you experiencing it, this emotional melancholy, or if it's them, it could very well indicate that right now with the Empress, or when you do come back, I think especially this is more apt when you do come back, whilst you can come back into a relationship and celebrate love, get yourself into a very, very happy place. There's absolutely potential for this. There's holding on to something here. And I sort of mentioned that, Cancer, whether this person is a Cancer or not, emotionally someone is holding on to something that still makes them sad or resentful, and that may become evident when the two of you reconnect again, okay? You may reconnect at an event of some kind. Could be a family event. It might even be family sort of doing things on your behalf. Family, community, friends. It could be at an event. But one of you, maybe even the both of you, are emotionally still holding on to something. It's either you haven't worked through these issues, or you haven't sort of analyzed them enough, if that makes sense. I know it contradicts what I've said earlier in the general reading, but I wonder if this lack of analyzing things for as they really are, this lack of contemplation because it's reversed, is preventing you growing or learning from the situation, learning about something you could have avoided, or potentially this person not learning about something they could have avoided. So it's this avoidance of some kind that's coming up in the cards. I think it's a sign here. This person may come back, and they may come back with a proposal of some kind. It's a big one. If it's not marriage, then it could be remarriage, moving in together, becoming really exclusive if you weren't before. There's a big and bold gesture I think this person is coming back with. And I think if this is you as the ones, it could make you very, very happy. It's the ultimate fulfillment here, Leo. So this person has a lot of potential to fulfill you romantically, emotionally, sexually, physically. There's a lot they have to offer, but I'm wondering what they're still going to be holding on to. The good thing is that you'll weather the storm. You've got the rainbow here. So you're potentially, with what's going on now, you'll get through the cycle, and you'll come into a more positive one with the rainbow here. This is happiness, this is bliss, this is feeling good, feeling confident about a connection. So that's coming up around you. I think that's important. I think it's important in this aspect because of what it represents. But I love this, if you're hoping to reunite with someone who you do have family and a children with, or you had envisioned those things, it might even be pregnancy for some of you that brings this back. For those in that sort of stage of their lives, it could be a child that brings the two of you back together, actually, romantically speaking, or maybe even a pregnancy that warrants marriage or even engagement. But like I said, I feel like there's a big, bold gesture. It could be on your behalf as well. I think you'll both reach out. I think it's fairly even. The fact that they're standing next to each other, they're equal. So I feel like there's it's either you're both responsive, or you both take turns in initiating conversation, or both making an effort. So I like that. I don't think it's necessarily one-sided, but I would say with the Empress and the Five of Cups that someone hasn't grown up or taken the time to sort of either mature or understand the principle, or understand what and how went wrong, and what they could have done differently, or what you could have done differently. So I sense that's still something that you need to tackle coming into this relationship. And not holding too tightly onto that, the bridge, the saying, build a bridge and get over it. There's something in the past here between yourself and this person that still lingers, that is still unresolved. This distancing won't help it. I think it's their maybe coping mechanism, but eventually you're going to have to share that out, and you're going to have to weather the storm. And ultimately, I think overall you could have a pretty good outcome here, Leo. You've got a rainbow here. This is seen as the happily ever after card. So I think there's a positive outcome that can come out here for a lot of you, especially you being very happy, blissful, involved in this union here with the Four of Wands. So I think overall it does point to a potentially good outcome. When I do feel like I said, it's either maybe Libra or Taurus season that the two of you could take place. That's all that's coming up in terms of timing. I mean, you did have the Hermit here, so I don't know if this is Virgo season as well, maybe even Cancer of next year. So take into the consideration the signs that have come up, because they may or may not be of significance here, Leo, but I do hope they are, and I do hope this reading has helped you along the way.